Hey, Howard here at 82 Maple, and look at that creek. That's the highest it's been this season. But this video isn't about the creek. Coral and I are off on another little adventure. And yeah, we're in this one for the long haul. Look, I've bolted down that toolbox so that we don't get any break-ins at the hotel. Well, we might, who knows. But yeah, we're rolling. And we're going to put on some miles. In fact, I think we're putting on 2,500 kilometers, which is about 1,600 miles over the next 2 days. Hey, you're going to love what we come back with. And as usual, Coral's behind the wheel. There we go. I'm a very good passenger. She's an amazing driver. Hey, thanks for joining us for this little adventure road trip that's going to take us from southern BC about 1,200 kilometers or 750 miles through the Rocky Mountains in northern BC and Alberta. Here we are with a quick visit to the trailhead of the Berg Lake Trail that goes up behind Mount Robson, which is the highest mountain in the Canadian Rockies. It was 20 years ago this year that Coral and I did the first hike together after we met. Great memories. We're thinking it's something we want to plan to do again soon. You know, we just love road trips like this. Lots of conversation and listening to audiobooks and podcasts. And yep, we've still got that trailer on behind. So it must be something larger than a bread box, but smaller than a garage that we're going to be dragging back home. Okay, so here we are, day 2 of our amazing adventure, flies on the windshield and all. And yeah, this is the route, one of the routes to Alaska. And we're not going to Alaska, but we're gonna turn here and see where we go. Wow. Look at that view, the Rockies. And yes, Coral's behind the wheel and we're rolling. We have a trailer on behind here somewhere. Yeah, it's trailering. And yeah, there we go. Apparently we're off to a place called, I don't know. Rycroft, that's it. We're heading for Rycroft. Here we go. Couldn't ask for a more glorious day to travel. And yes, we've got lots of fuel on board. Yeah, 18.7. We're good. Okay, here we go. Okay, enough suspense. This right here is the object of our desire. A sweet little John Deere 350 crawler with a 6-way blade and a working winch. We'll talk more about that. But for Coral and me, these adventures are really way more about the journey than about the destination. So hang in with us here for another minute or so before we get to the equipment part of this. Over the course of 28 hours of driving in just over 2 days, Coral and I spotted 9 different species of wild animals, from bighorn sheep and bears to one of the prettiest foxes we've ever seen. We even took time for a photo at mile 0 of the famous Alaska Highway. And gotta tell you, there were some valuable takeaways about what needs to do when driving 14 hours one way to pick up a piece of equipment sight unseen. I'll share a couple, but first, jump in with us for the last mile. Okay, the adventure continues. Up one hill and down the other. How are we doing there, Coral Dawn? Oh, you've hit it, 20 kilometers an hour?
20 kilometers.
Okay, for our U.S. friends and others, that's 12.5 miles an hour. We're just making progress here.
Through the prairie grasses.
Yeah, for our Yellowstone fans, Coral just said, boy, Howard, I hope we're not going to the train station. Was that Yellowstone or one of the prequels? No, it was Yellowstone. Hope he's not taking us to the train station.
I think he's taking us out here to use that piece of equipment to bury us.
Yeah, we've just covered 50 kilometers of gravel road, Township Road X, Range Road Y, another Township Road, another Range Road. Hey, I see a John Deere crawler over that. They're pretty recognizable. Yeah, sorry about the bounce. Yeah, maybe that's where it broke down.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Sure you want to take this up?
Yeah. Oh, the adventures we go on, Coral Dawn. Little did you know. Okay, you're pulling in. Well, at least you have room to turn around. Okay, this is us.
Well, we've reached our destination, and here's what we came for. This cute little, I think he said it's a 350. Are you happy?
Hey, we're having fun.
Too much fun!
Here we go. See how it works. Oh, look at that. Nice. Cool. Seems to back up good. Push forward, and it turns.
So this seems like a good place to talk about one of my takeaways. I have an 82-inch space between the fenders on my tilt deck. When I viewed the pictures posted with the ad, it sure looked to me like this unit had standard John Deere 350 14-inch tracks, meaning this is definitely not a wide track machine, or so I thought. The specs for a John Deere 350 state that it's a 72-inch width. That would mean I should have about 6 inches to spare, about 5 inches actually, on either side. Does this look like 5 inches to you? Well, here's our little surprise party with this sweet little machine. And you may have already identified the issue. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's actually a factory original wide track machine. And when the undercarriage was rebuilt around the 5,500 hour mark, which is, I don't know, 700, 800 hours ago, the owner converted the tracks to standard width. That means it's over 80 inches wide, wide track undercarriage, narrow track tracks. Yes, we loaded the machine with an inch to spare on either side and no damage to the fenders. That was close call number one. I came within 2 inches of having made this trip and being unable to load. Now, just a quick stop down the road, 5 miles, to check the cinches. I forgot to mention earlier that I carry a hitch ball weigh scale whenever I'm trailering something like this. And with torsion bars, I'm good for 1,200 pounds on the hitch ball. I've moved the crawler into a position where I've got exactly 1,100 pounds on the ball. That's where I like it. Hey, here we are, Coral Dodd.
Hey, mile 0 of the Alaska Highway.
Hey, we've definitely got to do this.
So cool.
So cool.
Look at that.
That's very cool.
Do I go around this?
I think you can. You're a pretty good driver.
Just about hit it. Take out the
And we're heading for Prince George. Way too much fun today. Somewhere back there. Yeah, we have a crawler on board. No adventure is ever over till it's over. And we had one more little surprise. One of our tires seemed to be a bit envious of the freedom enjoyed by the wildlife we've been seeing, and it attempted to leave us. That would be the driver's side rear tire.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, it looks like we have a flat tire.
It does indeed. It's a good thing you got some handy little jacks and
Yeah, between the two of them, they're supposed to lift 4 tons. So we're putting them to the test. Notice I'm double fisting.
I see that.
Normally somebody
That's normally
would do
beer.
this with the beer. So the beer will come later.
The beer's coming later after this workout. I better stop and get you a beer at a pub as soon as you're done.
So here's my second logistical takeaway from this trip. I've owned my tilt deck trailer for 5 years. It has 10-ply tires. Like I've done before, I'm going to be within 1,000 pounds of max capacity on the trailer, no worries. If I ensure that the tires are properly inflated, they'll do, right? As the knight in Harrison Ford's Raiders of the Lost Ark said, "You have chosen poorly." Because the wide track structure is a little heavier and the prior owner widened the blade, I was literally 100 pounds shy of the 14,000 pound capacity of this trailer. 5-year-old tires, maximum load, and heat buildup over the last 7 hours of our journey all conspired to create this. That's close call number 2. I could just as easily have had 2 or 3 blowouts given the age of those tires and the load I was packing. Well, as they say, you don't have to hit me over the head with a ball peen hammer. As soon as I got home, I visited my friendly tire store and got decked out in the latest in 14-ply fashion wear for flat deck trailers. I sense there's going to be more John Deere hunting in my future. And hey, just huge thanks for being part of this journey, and more to come as I get going on the faulty steering clutch. That's going to be another little fun adventure. Again, really appreciate you tuning in. Like, subscribe, and there we have it.
Like and subscribe.